Love is a really wonderful feeling, and everyone deserves to love and to be loved in return. Everyone deserves that special someone they can call theirs. But what happens when you spend your whole life looking for love and it does not seem like you are going to get any? What happens when it always feels like there's no special person waiting for you? It feels like love is not for you. It is like there's no one out there to be loved and there's no one out there to love you in return. This feeling is not a good one, as it can make you get depressed. You could start feeling rejected, and this might even drive you into overthinking. When you start to overthink these things, you can go into depression. Depression is a very terrible state of mind. It is like finding yourself in a dark, empty room with no one to talk to, not even your shadow. All you can hear is the echo of your voice to confirm to you that you are truly alone. Imagine feeling this way. It has a huge effect on you psychologically, and it leads to other things in your life. You start to push your friends and family far away. Sometimes you get so comfortable in this state that you feel that it's all you were ever meant to be. This feeling is very common amongst people that cannot find love or are yet to find love. You see people around you being happy in relationships, and all you think of is when your own time would come. Sometimes the pressure from your parents and loved ones does not even help the situation. They give you advices like you are not getting any younger and you need to be in a relationship, but they do not know what you go through every day. They actually mean well for you, and they do not want you to be single all your life, but the pressure they mount on you can add to you getting depressed. Sometimes it could be that your younger one is getting married, and there you are, not even in a relationship yet. You start to doubt yourself. You start to second guess all the options you have made in your life. Some people even go as far as blaming their personality for their failure to find love. All these things are not necessary. There could be so many reasons why you are yet to find love, and when you finally do, it would be a love made for you. You would feel it in your body, heart, and soul, that person is the person meant for you. And the most thrilling part about this is that you don't need to put in much effort to go looking for this love. It comes looking for you. When you reach that stage in your life, when you are ready and God can attest to that, and He will send the perfect person to you, and both of you will be a perfect match for each other. The best kind of love will come to you only when you wait for it. If you decide to be too desperate to be in a relationship, then you might just end up being with someone who's not worth it. You need to be patient for God to manifest all that He has planned for you in your life. God always has a plan for you, and His plan is a perfect one. The timing may not and does not have to be when you want it, but you should know that God is the master of timing, and He would execute His plan when it is perfect for you. There are so many consequences you face when you decide to be impatient with God. The major problem is that you worry too much. There are so many testimonies around your life. You see people every day that God did wonders in their lives, and you still choose to doubt Him. If God has promised you that He will do something in your life, He definitely would. If you have been praying to God for a particular thing, God has heard you, and He will do it for you when the time is perfect. You need to be very patient with God. Do not be desperate, because in the time of desperation, you can do so many things that you do not mean to do. Desperation is what makes many people accept any kind of love that comes their way. You are just so desperate that you do not seem to think straight anymore. You just want to be in a relationship and get married eventually. You are tired of people complaining that you are no longer getting any younger. You accept any kind of love just to shut people up, but you know in your heart that it's not what you bargained for. The problem is that this relationship might not even work out the way you want it to. Of course, you are the desperate one. Your partner may not even be so interested, but you just feel like you need to push things, and this would lead to so many problems. This is how you mostly end up with abusive partners. They do not love you, so they do not care about your feelings. You're the only one that is pushing for the relationship to work out. They do not seem to care. The energy that is put into the relationship would be one-sided, and that is bound to break someday. You might keep pushing the relationship until it leads to something worse. You would later realize that you have wasted your life because you are worried about what people would say rather than to put your trust in God. Most times, we cause problems for ourselves. You could just pray to God and wait. The pressure is definitely not easy to cope with, but you need to trust God. He has always come through for you. God will provide the perfect person for you, and you will live happily with that person. God has a plan for you. You just need to be patient with Him. When you pray to God to give you the right person, it is never a quick process. There are so many steps that need to be taken before the right person can come into your life. If you're just off a relationship, for example, your heart needs to heal from the previous relationship before the right person comes into your life. Else, you might end up chasing the person away from your life. You have a lot of lessons to learn and a lot of experiences to gain. This would give you a perfect idea on how to cope with your next relationship. God is definitely building you for something great, and you need to be patient for the process to be completed. You need to trust God. Most times, you place so much focus on your love life that you fail to develop yourself. If you do not develop yourself, you will become a liability to anyone that wants to be in a relationship with you. Nobody is perfect, but this does not mean that you should not have anything to offer in a relationship. Anyone that comes in contact with you should not have to ask you what you bring to the table. They should already see what you are all about. All these would only be possible if you develop yourself. You need to be able to stand on your own first before you go into any relationship. All these could be part of the things that God is preparing you for. God has not forgotten about you. He will come to your aid, but it is a process. You need to be patient in this process, and God will prepare you and crown your patience with a perfect partner that would come looking for you. There are so many things that need to be done in your life. Focus on other aspects of your life and improve yourself. When you do this, God will know you are now ready to be in a relationship, and He would send the right person in your life. Love will chase you, so you need to stop worrying. When you are prepared to be in a relationship, God will send someone to come in your life, and you will have the best relationship you could ever think of. God will always come through for you. He has a plan for you, and He will execute the plan at the right time. So you don't need to worry about that. Just pray to God, be patient. The perfect person will come to you at the perfect time. Do not succumb to pressure. God already has it all planned out for you, and everything will be fine soon if you are patient enough.